Morning, folks. I've been sleeping on the video last night that I made, and I just had a few more thoughts about it, which I'm going to talk about now. I've just been looking at the replies this morning on my vlog. Jane, hiya Jane, you've posted that obviously Andy Pilley would be ideal because of his ambition and his love of Blackpool, but you're a little bit concerned about the time restraints on him, and I think that probably is a problem, and I don't think that's going to happen. Also, Tower Power, thanks a lot. Anybody with a load of money and ambition, that's who you want. I'll drink to that, absolutely. Somebody with ambition and money would be perfect. I've been thinking about what I said last night, and one thing I didn't talk about really was the three that we've heard of so far. I can only talk about the three that we've heard so far. So we've heard about, number one is Andy Pilley. Thinking about him, just talking about him, yes, I totally agree. He's got Blackpool at heart. He's also a guy that's achieved quite a lot with Fleetwood. He's done very, very well. So he knows the market, he knows the transfer market, he knows how to find players. He'll have learned by lots of mistakes as he was going along. But having said that, he hasn't yet got Fleetwood above Blackpool, and Blackpool haven't spent any money whatsoever for the last years, have they? He's been spending money, spying players, getting different managers, trying new things, and it will have cost him a lot of money to get to where he has. Blackpool haven't spent 10 bob, have they really, to get to where they are? So I don't know whether, can he do it? Has he got the money to do it? Has he got the ability to get Blackpool up into the Championship, up into the Premier League? He has got Fleetwood. I mean, he is limited with Fleetwood, and this is no disrespect to Fleetwood fans. They're never going to be as big a club as Blackpool. First of all, he hasn't got the size of stadium. He can't get gates of 16, 17,000. It's just not possible. And also, I don't think there's that massive fan base in Fleetwood where he's going to achieve, even if he got in the Premier League, I think he'd struggle to get 16,000 at Fleetwood. Whereas Blackpool's a much bigger club than Fleetwood potentially, and I'm sure he can see that he could take it a lot farther. So maybe with the extra revenue coming in from bigger crowds, he could get Blackpool into the Championship and then maybe the Premier League. But so far he hasn't got Fleetwood above us, so I don't know on that. The next one is this Simon Sadler guy from Hong Kong, a hedge fund manager. Somebody may be able to post in the comments below what exactly a hedge fund manager is. I mean, I've heard of them. I always kind of think it's to do with investing in stocks and shares and stuff, but I'm not really 100% sure whether a hedge fund can it lose all its billions? Is that possible? Could that be a scenario where something happens with the stock markets and he loses billions? I don't really know. Somebody wiser than me will know. Stocks and shares are not something that I follow, to be honest. But the other thing with Simon Sadler is, yes, okay, so he's a billionaire. You say he's got Blackpool at heart, but he's not owned a football club so far. So he has no knowledge of the inner workings of a football club, the boot room stuff. He'll not have the contacts within the game, people to do him favours, It kind of grows, doesn't it? So if you've been an owner and you've borrowed a player, say 5 years ago from Arsenal, and Arsenal loaned you this young kid, and you really brought him on, and then you went to Liverpool and you got some players from them, or you went to Chelsea or Manchester United or wherever, you get these boys through, and you blood them and you play them, and they're really happy with you. Then those kind of people you've made contacts with, and they will lend you players again. But if you're brand new into the game and you don't know much about it, you don't have the contacts, and you're going to have to learn by mistakes, will he be the best thing for Blackpool Football Club? Yeah, he's got the money. Has he got the ambition? We don't 100% know, but he may well have the ambition. But does he have those contacts within the game that's going to bring us on? Those players you can loan from bigger clubs. That's my only concern with him. The other one, we've read about in the Gazette is this Hugh Jenkins, who was a Swansea City owner. And for me, of the three of them, I think he will be the one with the best contacts, the best knowledge. I mean, if you think about it, we just actually knocked Swansea out of the playoff places, got in the playoff places ourselves, and went into the Premier League. But they didn't, They kind of licked the wounds, built on the next season, and then got themselves up into the Premiership the season after, and they stayed in that Premier League for a lot of, quite a few years. So he will have built up an amazing amount of contacts and people, within the game, not only probably in this country, but abroad. I actually think he sounds the most exciting owner, but he doesn't have that passion for Blackpool because, he's been Swansea City. Will he have that? Will he have the passion for Blackpool? I don't know. I don't know on that one. I mean, I think, as I said last night in the video, if Bellicon stays involved with any of these guys, it's going to be a bonus because he's got some knowledge as well. In fact, one of the things with Bellicon, which I never really understood, and I could never understand why we didn't pursue it further, is we got Kaspers Gorks from Latvia. And we all know, what a fantastic player he turned out to be. And I remember him coming back to play against us and thinking, flipping out, we could never afford this blooming centre-half. He looks amazing. But he came from Latvia, and I was always surprised that we didn't really tap into the Latvian market for players, having, Bellicon as an owner. I thought we would have had like a steady trickle through of players from Latvia. But I don't know whether that was because of the oysters, but maybe, if Bellicon stays involved, then we will get that back again where we're getting that players over from Latvia. Those are the three options we know. Now, those three options probably won't even be they probably won't even be the owners. It won't be Andy Pilley, it won't be Simon Sadler, and it won't be Hugh Jenkins. But I can only talk about the three that we know. And I think the three completely different sort of possible owners with three different scenarios that could be good, could be bad. I don't know what you think on that, which of those three, whether you think Andy Pilley would be absolutely fantastic, whether you think Simon Sadler with all his money, or whether this Hugh Jenkins with all his knowledge of taking a club into the Premiership and getting them so close and then not giving up and the next season getting into the Premiership. And I also think Swansea City are a sort of a similar kind of size club potentially. We're potentially a club that could be as big as Swansea City. So it's a very similar kind of thing. It's not like he's come from Manchester United or some massive inner city club. Swansea are on the coast like us. Three sides. We don't have four surrounding us. We've only got the three sides. We've got the sea on one side, so we are limited to the number of people that can live here, same as Swansea. Those are my thoughts. Post your thoughts in the comments below. As I said earlier, I do keep trying to talk to people at the club. I spoke to somebody this morning and within the club, and they were basically saying to me that they don't think anything really concrete is going to come tomorrow, and it could be a few weeks yet before we really get to learn what's going on. So I have a feeling that I know a lot of people are getting excited for tomorrow. A lot of people are messaging me. They're all excited about what we're going to hear tomorrow. But kind of the thing I'm hearing from the club is that it still could be a few weeks yet. And I know I read on A View from the Tower, there's posters on there that are in the know, are saying things, but I'm not sure if anybody's really in the know yet, to be honest. I'm surprised if they are, because it's not coming through to me in that way at all that we've got any idea who's coming in. So as soon as I know, I will obviously let you guys know as soon as I hear anything. So thanks for watching as always. I'll catch you in the next video.